No parent has their children and go, we're going to make sure they're homeless. We're going to make sure they don't have enough. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. At that point, it was just, I'm going to survive.
KN had been chronically homeless and unemployed for 8 years. She really had no clear future for herself or for her children.
I was in the wrong crowd. I was hanging around with gang members and stuff like that. So I just didn't really have a good set examples around me or anything like that.
When I finished college, I had $24,000 in debt.
Within my junior year of high school, I had an unplanned pregnancy. So that was hard, and I grew apart from my family.
Can you imagine hearing something like you're pregnant right at the time when you feel like you're at your lowest point?
I was kind of devastated because I wanted to finish college, maybe have a good job, and then think about family.
Survival is too important to even stop to think about when the children are grown up or breaking a cycle. You can't teach what you don't know.
When you come from generational poverty, it means you come from 2 or more generations of poverty. And what that means is that the skill set that is passed on to you generation after generation is the skill set you need to survive, not to thrive.
I have fibromyalgia, hyperthyroidism, and a heart condition. With my other pregnancies, I almost lost my life. I never considered abortion, and with this one, I actually thought it.
Sadly, most likely, when a pregnancy center does not offer extended support, like Lighthouse does through Renew, it's a life that is just based on survival. And that's not what we want for women who choose life. We want to see them to have a life that is more abundant.
I knew I wanted something different for my son, but how I was to get it, I didn't know. I was tired of being stuck in the same place, and something has to give. So I was introduced to Renew, and that's where my life changed.
There comes a point where you're tired of the sympathy, and you want somebody to say, I believe that you can get beyond this, and I will help you with what you need beyond the immediate help. That's what I really came here to do, to give one last-ditch effort to figure out what am I doing so wrong, because I knew there was something better.
Social service isn't necessarily set up to help you get ahead or to help you thrive. And unfortunately, sometimes it has the opposite effect. It seems to keep you stuck where you're at.
I tried programs. I was enrolled, on welfare. They would give you all these programs and all this training. None of them had worked.
As our women are transitioning from government assistance to self-sufficiency, they lack a safety net. And Renew's Bridge the Gap Fund provides the support that they need so that they don't fall back to the familiar. We can provide childcare, transportation, and uniforms when needed so that they can continue on that journey of self-sufficiency. The Getting Ahead Workshop is our flagship program. We believe it's the cornerstone of getting out of poverty. It takes our participants through a deep dive of what is poverty, what causes it, and what keeps you stuck there.
I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to have to owe anybody anything else.
They said to us, you are worth more. You will achieve more. You hear the message long enough, often enough, you're going to believe it.
Renew helped me silence those thoughts that I had of doubt. It's attainable.
They taught me how to set a 5-year plan, 3-year plan, put it down and to jot it down and just make it happen.
What you write down, they keep you accountable. But not only do they keep you accountable, they give you the resources to help you achieve those goals and dreams.
The guidance, the love, the true, genuine caring, it's completely unique.
The greatest thing about Renew is that it doesn't end when the class is over. It's not only the program, it's everything after that. The mentoring, the people, the relationships.
Jezebel is a great example of how she found a home, a family, people that she can count on.
I learned how to build friendships. I learned how to communicate better, and listen.
I saw Jezebel transform from a woman who was very guarded, very angry, and very desperate to get ahead, to someone who was able to put her guard down, open her heart, create relationships, and really understand that what she was lacking was a skill set to navigate the professional world.
If it wasn't for Renew, I wouldn't be where I am right now. My mentality wouldn't be where it is.
Mentoring is one of the most important things that we do. This is where long-term, lasting relationships are built with people that you probably would have never met in your lives otherwise.
I was introduced to Kayan. At first, it was a little rocky where we would arrange to meet and she would still be in bed. And I soon realized that the reason was she was feeling still quite depressed. She still has all the problems that she had before getting ahead. So I knew what she needed was to, for me, was to listen.
That mentoring relationship is something really awesome, and it's a blessing to both.
Their strength to do things that they are so scared to do, that is so out of their comfort zone, but they do it anyways.
One of the main obstacles our women face in getting ahead in life is that they're trapped in toxic relationships. Until they gain the self-confidence, the self-worth, and the support that they gain from us, they're not able to break away from these relationships.
Within the last month, I walked away from a 18-year toxic, abusive relationship. It's still new, but it feels real good.
My best moments are our Getting Ahead graduations. When I see these women standing up front, receiving their certificates, I sit there and I'm beaming, and I'm so proud of them because I could visually see the transition that they've made, but then I also get to hear it in their testimony and the stories that they share of how their lives have changed in 10 short weeks.
I've continued my education and I built a career out of it.
I was about $35,000 in debt, and I'm proud to say that I have brought it down to $6,640.90.
I increased my savings. The only debt I owe is $24.50, which I can definitely pay off.
Since Getting Ahead in 2015, I've built a career, gained confidence, started a bank account, planning to buy a car. I am a whole new person.
It's wonderful to see how the women flourish, ready to face the world and ready to tackle their dreams.
Dreaming it's a bit more fun when you know that it's possible.
I like that my kids see how hard we work, my husband and I.
My 16-year-old is very vocal, and to hear her tell me, Mom, I remember when you were a shell of yourself, and say, I like this you better, that's one of my proudest moments. That's the best compliment I've been paid.
I hope one day, if God permit, I will be one of the person who helps somebody else.
You think it's a workshop, but it's so much more than that.
It's so much more about your future than it is about your present.
Renew touches a lot of lives, and I am so blessed to be part of it.
In this moment, I have never been more blessed.
You can choose different for yourself with this first step.